What's up everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Corey and today in the stock market we finally starting to see that pullback. So the question is, how much lower do we have to go before this pullback is finally over? First up, let's take a look at the S&P 500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. Alright, so today on SPY we were down 0.33% and we did close just above that 5 EMA. Remember that we're watching this date of 11/9 because anything to the right of this we could expect to see a lot more weakness. We're going into OpX, which is right around 11/19, where all of those options expire and we could start to see some weakness from this level. We had a very nice and strong bull run, but it does look like it's time for the stock market to take a chill pill, and that's why we're finally starting to see this pullback. So from this level, you want to watch this critical support level right around 465, because if we break below 465, the next very obvious support levels to pull back to will be 460 and 457. I don't think we'll go below 457 because that's where our 20 simple moving average is going to be. And in this strong bull market, we usually will stay above our positive sloping 20 simple moving average. So there's a good chance from here we do start to see some sort of a pullback down to this range right around 460 to 457. And from there, we could start to consolidate, eat up some of the time off the clock before we eventually see that breakout and eventually get that Santa Claus rally where we do expect to see new all-time highs before the end of the year. So I'm still incredibly bullish on the stock market, but I do expect to see this cool down period. It could be anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks, or we could just get a quick pullback and then immediately start back on the bull. So the best thing you can do right now is prepare to buy the dip and then hold on for the long ride to new all-time highs, which should take us out to the year's end. We are in a very strong bull market, so there's no reason you should be overly fearful about buying the dip, but wait for an actual sizable dip. We're only down about 0.3% today, so there's still plenty more downside coming. And if we do pull back to the 460 level, that's another 1.5% to the downside, and down to 457 is about 2.2% to the downside. So we have anywhere between another 1 to 2% pullback left in this market at a very minimum. That doesn't guarantee we have to pull back, but that is what I would be expecting. Remember, the longer we go sideways, this 20 simple moving average will start catching up to the price, and then that could mean we don't need quite a deep of a pullback because our critical support level will now be up there right around 465. So if we can make it the rest of the week without any significant pullback, that will make this support level at 465 a lot stronger as that 20 simple moving average starts to catch up. Remember that we'll need to break out above 470.6 to get to that next price target up there at 477. And right now we are starting to see a little bit of a rollover. So this is now going to be a pivot point. Don't get overly bullish at 477 while we're rolling over, because we're more than likely seeing a trend shift, which we can see over here on the 1 hour chart, that we're starting to see a lower high and a lower low formation. Anytime you're getting a lower high and a lower low on the 1 hour chart, that's your very early warning indication that we're starting to see a trend shift. So right here, you can clearly see we have a lower high and now what appears to be a lower low. So the next obvious scenario would be another lower high as we continue to march down towards 460. So look for this price action and watch the hourly chart, because if we break out and form a higher high, now you know we're no longer going to see a dip and we're more than likely going to break out yet again. So watch the price action, because there's no substitute for watching the price action. The price action is king, and if you're following the price action, you're going to be on the right side of the trade 9 times out of 10, because there's no move in the market that the price action doesn't show you. If the market's going higher, you'll see it in price, and if the market's going lower, you'll see it in price. So you could block out all of your other indicators and just follow price action, and you'll always be on the right side of the trade. So in the short term, we have to acknowledge this is definitely going to be a downtrend until we break back out above about 469.3. Jumping over to the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we could see we had a little bit of a deeper pullback today, going down 0.69% and closing right on top of the 5 EMA. We bounced off of that support level intraday right around 394, and we have not yet closed the gap right below at 393. So more than likely, with this reversal in the trend on the 1 hour chart, we are more than likely going to at least close that gap. So look for the price target on the triple Qs to at least go to 393 before we start to see a bounce. Remember, any bounce from here, we're looking for a lower high as we continue to march lower to the other support levels. So look for support down here right around 388 to 389. And then below that, we're looking for 383. We can see our 20 simple moving average will cross back above 383 as soon as tomorrow. So don't expect to see a very deep pullback. From today's close down to about 383 to 384 is anywhere between a 2 to 3% pullback. So that's what we're expecting to see on the triple Qs, is anywhere between another 2 to 3% pullback, unless we go sideways and allow that 20 simple moving average to catch up to price. If we switch this over to a 1 hour chart, you can clearly see we have a lower high, lower low situation. So the next highest probability will be another lower high to go close the gap, which will be another lower low. And then the trend will continue downward towards one of those support levels. Watch the price action because the price action will do all the talking. And we will need to break out above our pivot point at 401 to get to our next price target up there at 409. Jumping over to the Dow Jones, we can see we were down 0.29% today. And again, we see all of the indices starting to pivot once we get to these price targets. The Dow Jones turned around at 365 and the price action is still above the 5 EMA with the highest probability chance to pull back to about 360 to 356. Our 20 simple moving average is sitting right around 357 and that level does continue to rise each and every day because of the positive slope. So when we have these full bull trends with bullish price action, you will want to buy the dip off of these support levels. So on the Dow, watch those levels at 360, 357, and 356. In the Russell 2000, we were down 0.58% today, and we finally see the Russell 2000 getting a little bit of a pullback after this very impulsive bull rally. We got very close to that price target at 245, and we're starting to pivot, and we're still trading above a positive sloping 5 EMA. We're in an incredibly strong bull trend, so this is a buy the dip scenario with the strongest likelihood that we come back down to about 238.5, and below that we could come back down to about 234 to 235. Remember, the Russell 2000 is breaking out of a consolidation that's been consolidating sideways since February, so don't expect to see a very deep pullback before we continue to go higher. I'm incredibly bullish on the small caps, and the chart has very bullish price action with a very strong bull trend. On the ARKK ETF, we were down about 2.3% today, and we closed right on top of our strong support level at the 20 simple moving average, which is right around 120. Remember, on ARKK, we look like we're going to be forming this right shoulder to complete out this inverse head and shoulders pattern. This is a bullish pattern, but we need to see that breakout above the neckline, so we need that confirmation of the price action to break out above 126. As long as we can stay above our 50 EMA, which is now at 119, this is more than likely going to be a strong buy the dip scenario because we do have the full bull trend and we are coming out of a bullish pattern formation. Once we get that confirmation breakout, our price target on the ARKK ETF will be up here at 135 and 143, and we should get there in a hurry. We have the strong bull trend and price action holding above critical support, so don't get bearish on ARKK because it's more than likely going to break out and start heading higher. Wait for that confirmation if you want to be on the right side of the trade, but as long as we have the full bull trend, you can start buying the dip down here off of support because we are at great risk reward ratios. Jumping over to the VIX, we can see the VIX continues to climb with the VIX going up 3.25% today. And remember, just last night, I told you as a warning sign that we saw the VIX climbing with SPY. We can now see that warning sign was the real deal and we're starting that pullback, and we can still see the VIX spiking from here. Remember, we want to see the VIX spiking but staying below 20 to tell us it's a buy the dip pullback. If we see the VIX breaking out and closing above 20, we could be due for a deeper pullback, which could always turn into a stock market correction. So as long as the VIX is below 20, you want to buy the dip, and if the VIX starts closing above 20, you want to get a little more cautious because we could be going down much lower than I expect. On Bitcoin, we're currently down about 0.5%, but we did see Bitcoin closing at another brand new all-time high and breaking out above our price target at 67,000, which more than likely confirms we're well on our way to the next price target at 75,000. So we still have the full bull trend and the bullish price action breaking out of new all-time highs on increasing volume, so Bitcoin is still incredibly bullish. Your critical support level is at 62,000 and down here right around 57,000, and as long as we're staying above these levels, Bitcoin is still bullish. If we break back down below 57,000, which I don't expect to see happening, we could be due for a deeper sideways consolidation. But after just breaking out to all-time highs, look for this momentum with this bull trend to continue pushing higher to 75,000. If we break out above 75,000, my next price target is at 86,500, which I do expect to be very strong resistance. On Amazon stock, we were up 2.5% today, and we did close just above that resistance level at 35.52, but we're still closing below our resistance trend line. So we see Amazon struggling to break out and close above that gap fill level at 35.80, but we will need to close above that level to start running to these next price targets. We have resistance at 36.28 and a price target at 3,700, and above 3,700 we'll be looking for 3,760. To the downside, we have support at 3,500, 34.52 and 3,400, and as long as we're staying above about 34.52 or 3,400 and we have this full bull trend, you will want to buy the dip. We're going up on nice volume with a full bull trend, so there's no reason to be anything other than bullish on Amazon stock. On Tesla stock, we were down a whopping 12% today, and we're finally getting that blow off top look. Remember, what goes up parabolically will usually come down parabolically, and that's exactly what we're starting to see on Tesla stock. The good news for the bulls is that we did close right above support, which is our 20 simple moving average, which is right around 1020. As long as Tesla is above 1020, we still have the probability we could go into somewhat of a bull flag consolidation and eat some time off the clock as we consolidate some of these newfound gains. However, because we had the blow off top, there is the possibility we come back down and finish closing this gap at 911, and that will also be our 50 EMA of support. So we have this probability chance if we bounce off the 20 simple moving average to go into this bull flag consolidation. Otherwise, we're more than likely going to complete this blow off top and just come right back down and rip off the band-aid and close that gap, and then we could start to bounce and potentially head back into another bull cycle. So right now, you need to watch that very strong support level at 1020. And remember, last night I said if we broke back down below 1118, you need to watch out below. So you did know once we broke below that level, things were going to get out of control, and that's exactly what we saw. So watch this very strong support level right around 1020, because if we break below that level, we're very likely going to have an elevator down to close the gap right around 911. And then I do think we could see a bounce. If we don't bounce off there, look out below, because we're coming back down to close the gap at 844, but I don't necessarily expect to go that low. This should be a strong support zone between about 900 and 911, so look to buy the dip off of that level if you do get the opportunity. Otherwise, you should be buying the dip off of the 20 simple moving average and getting ready to go close the gap above right around 1208. So with a strong bull trend and very strong bullish price action, there is a strong probability that Tesla will bounce off this support. But as always, follow the price action and wait for the confirmation. We could still have resistance to the upside right around 1080, so watch that level as well. On Apple stock, we were up 0.25% today, and we did see Apple stock closing back above the 5 EMA, so we still have full bull price action with a full bull trend. However, the price action isn't really going much of anywhere, and we're still sort of chopping around sideways, but going up 0.25% on a day the triple Qs went down almost 0.75% is still relatively bullish price action. So look for Apple to determine if it wants to break out soon, because we will see the breakout above 151 and then 152, and then that should easily set us on a bullish run to 157, which is our previous all-time high. Above 157, we're looking for a brand new all-time high at 162, so look for that bullish breakout above 152 to confirm that bullish run. To the downside, we have strong support at 149, 148, and 147, so we have three very strong support levels that are only $1 apart. If we break down below 147, we'll very likely lose the bull trend, and then we could go into a deeper correction that could inevitably bring us back down to close the gap at 137, so look out for a breakdown below 147 as a potential bearish price action breakdown. On the financial sector, we were down about 0.5%, and we closed right on top of the 20 simple moving average, and we're still holding on to the bull trend. We could bounce from here and go for another leg higher, so look for that support level to potentially hold up. On the industrials, we were up 0.25% today, and we still have bullish price action with the full bull trend. The healthcare sector was down 0.37% today, and we did gain the full bull trend today, and we're still holding up above critical support. The energy sector was up 0.41% today, and we still have full bull price action and full bull trend. So jumping back over the S&P 500, remember we are now looking into a potential weak spot in the market, and we could just be seeing day one of this pullback. So be a lot more cautious at these levels and do prepare for more downside, but don't get overly bearish because we're just a couple of percent away from very strong support. And then I am expecting to see this strong bull rally continue, and I am expecting to see a Santa Claus rally. So look for about 1 to 2 weeks of potential weakness or less before we get back on the bull and continue to climb higher. If I'm wrong about the pullback, you're going to see it immediately because we're going to start bouncing off of these levels as soon as tomorrow, and we're going to start blasting out to brand new all-time highs yet again. I don't think that's the highest probability chance, but you can't rule out anything in this bullish market because we've already seen this market do the impossible. This is a very strong bull market, and I can't stress that enough, and you're probably sick and tired of hearing that if you're waiting for a pullback, but the price action and the trend don't lie, and they're still incredibly bullish. All of the sectors across the board are in strong bull markets, and we continue to see the big companies that are guiding this market higher beat on earnings and raise guidance. So this is a secular bull market, so don't get bearish, but I do expect to see a continuation of the pullback, and I do expect to see better buying opportunities in the very near future. So stay patient and stay disciplined, and don't over leverage your account while we're expecting a week or two of weakness, because you will see decay in things like options while the market's just grinding sideways. Also, don't forget that I do have my own trade alert service called Bank Trade Alerts that only trades the TQQQs, and I am currently running a 50% off promotion code for your first month. I also have the Stocks Channel Discord where I do intraday updates and analysis and bring new trade ideas to you weekly, and we are absolutely crushing this market on the Discord server. If you're interested in trying out Bank Trade Alerts or joining the Discord community, you can find out all of the details and the links on how to join in the description below. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market, And as always, I will see you in the next episode.